So we've already kind of taken a look at how we can close files and save files, but I wanted to go ahead and show you just so you understand. There's multiple ways that you can close files inside of Photoshop. We can just click on the little X button next to the name and the document window of the tab. So if I click on that, it'll just close that file out for us and bring us back to the main screen. So we'll click on that to reopen it. I can also go to File, and we can go down to Close, or the shortcut key Control W to close out this file. Let's open that back up one more time. We can close all, so if we have multiple files open, like say we had those 3 flower images, we can hit Close All and it will actually close out all 3 of those files at one time. And then we can close and go to Bridge. Bridge is an application that keeps everything centralized inside of Adobe, all of your project files and images and different things that you're working on. So we can hit close and take us to Bridge so we can look at that also. Now, if we make any adjustments and we try to close out a file, it's going to ask us if we want to save that file. So if I come in here and I just scribble and then I go to close, it's going to say, do you want to save changes to the Adobe Photoshop document bench.jpg before closing? If I hit yes, it's going to override this and save with this squiggly line on here, and we don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and click no. So it closed it out anyways, but it didn't save that edit. So we'll click that one more time to open it up. And you might want to save out multiple versions. So we might have this, and then we might want to say, make our squiggly line and then save out a copy of this to see if maybe that's something we want to keep later on or not. So to do that, we can go to File and we can click Save, Control S, and it'll save this immediately as that JPG file. Or we can go to Save As. And when we go to Save As, it gives us the ability to save this as a separate file. So here we have JPG selected. It's named Bench. We can change the name, or we can do something like, say, we'll add the number 01. So Bench 01, maybe this is an edit that we want to show someone to see if they like it or not, but we don't want to get rid of the original file, so we'll hit Save. Then it'll ask us some options regarding the JPG options, and we'll just hit OK for now. And we can see that name has changed up here, bench01.jpg, and that file has been saved out. So if I go to File, Open, we can see now we have both of them. We have Bench and Bench 1. So let's go ahead and open up Bench, and then we have Bench 1. So now we have multiple versions that we can save out of this file. I'm going to go ahead and close Bench 1 for now. And the other thing that you can do, of course, is you can save out multiple files, including Photoshop files. So if I go to Save, I can do Save as Type, and we have all these different types that we can save this image out as. BMP, Photoshop files, RAW files, PDFs, PNGs, GIFs, TIFFs, Targas, all these different options that you can save. And then, of course, we can save out our Photoshop file as we saw before, which we will just call Bench, and it'll be bench.psd. And we have some options here. We can save as a copy, and when we do that, we can tell if we want it to keep the notes and the layers and all these good things, and what kind of color profile we're working with if we want to make any adjustments there. We're not going to worry about that. Let's just go ahead and hit Save. And now it has saved it as bench.psd, so we have that editable file that we can go back and change later on if we want to. So let's just go ahead, back to File, Open, and then you can see we have all 3 files here: bench.jpg, bench1.jpg, and bench.psd. So we'll go ahead and cancel that out, and that is how you'll want to save inside of Photoshop. Now in the next lecture, we'll take a look at exporting images, which is a little bit different because it gives you a little more fine control whenever you're saving out your documents. And once you've made any edits and you want to save them quickly, if you want to make an edit and not worry about going to Save As each time, you can go to File and click the Save button. It's not highlighted now because we haven't made any edits, but that will highlight once we go ahead and write on here. We can go to File and click Save, or hit that shortcut key, Control S.